If you're a player that misses it miles to the right, whether that's just an abundance of slice, no matter whether it launches left on target or to the right, or pushes it a lot, you're likely dealing with a hand path issue, a club path issue that might be termed over the top, that might be termed a massive left club path open face slice. But merely looking at what the hand path and the club head's doing, and also the face angle doing, is only one part of the story. And almost always it's the effect of a more primary cause, a cause that I'm going to call the lead domino. And that cause oftentimes can be traced back to what a player is doing inaccurately with their lower body. There are a variety of problems that I see amateur players that struggle with that shot have with their lower body action that can be solved with one drill feeling the opposite. So let's talk about problems first. So take my stance, aiming at this white flag, some 160 yards in front of me. I get to the top of my backswing. If I've moved pressure early in the backswing into my toes, that would generally relate to a club head movement, a handle movement and club head movement that would be steep and across target line. Or perhaps it's just in transition where I get balance moving into my toes. So that's problem number one, balance into toes. Problem number two can be not balance in the toes, but it can be early lower body spin out, where the left hip goes backwards, the right thigh, right hip comes forwards, and it sends that hand path steep. Essentially what we have there is we have two problems in terms of how our lower body is behaving that then relate to why the hand path would be sent steep and across the target line, left of the target line, and contribute to slice. In addition, what also happens, sometimes tied together with those two problems, movement into our toes, kicking pressure, is a lack of shift over our left side. So a person hangs back, they've got all their pressure on their right foot in the downswing. That causes the club head to impact on a more leftward club path and also contributes to the slice. So there's problem number three. So we got one, again, just to review, toeward pressure either in the backswing transition or throughout the entirety of the swing. Number two is improper rotation, particularly through the right side. And then number three is the hang back that sometimes happens mutually exclusive in separate, or happens separate to those prior problems, or sometimes happens collectively. So the one drill to solve all those lower body problems involves using another club as an assist, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. So we're going to take our lob wedge, we're going to roughly take a stance, and we're going to put the lob wedge underneath your left toe box. So right now I feel the pressure of my big toe knuckle pushing down into the club. That's going to be a point of reference, some kinesthetic awareness. It's going to be a feel that I can use that tells me what my balance is doing from a front-back standpoint. Then what I have is I have another feel reference, another kinesthetic reference, which is the shaft sitting behind the crease of my right leg, of my trail leg right here. So this one is a kinesthetic reference for the amount of right thigh kicking forward that would then send that hand path steep. And then the last piece solving for this hang back is a feel that in the downswing, I'm sliding my right thigh parallel to the target line along the shaft that's sitting behind my trail leg. And as that's happening, I'm moving pressure from underneath my big toe on the club head to the outside of my foot, such that this shaft eventually hits the ground. So build the awareness first. That's 3 parts improvement to your lower body. Here we go, make backswing. Okay, I don't feel any toe pressure. I then feel a shift rolling from inside my left toe to outside my left heel, moving the knee, the thigh along the shaft, and eventually letting that club touch the ground. Build the awareness first. What's going to happen here is your hand path is going to be sent down towards your right thigh versus out over the golf ball. That's how to perform it perfectly. And then the resultant ball flight is a really tight draw. And remember, the reason it's a tight draw is we're solving for a lead domino. We're solving for a problem in the way you're using your lower body that then manifests in how you're using your hand path and ultimately the club path in downswing to turn that slice into straighter shots or potentially push draws like I just hit.